Alright, let's get real for a minute. That car you've been saving for, the one you've got pinned on your vision board, what if I told you it's basically a financial black hole? I'm not kidding. Some of the most popular cars on the road right now will lose a staggering 72% of their value in just 5 years. 72%. Think about that. Imagine taking $50,000 in cash, actual, hard-earned money, lighting it on fire, and watching $36,000 of it just vanish into smoke, leaving you with a measly $14,000. That's not a nightmare, that's exactly what happens the second you drive certain vehicles off the dealership lot. And that's exactly why you need to watch this video. We're counting down the top 20 most worthless cars you could possibly waste your money on right now. And trust me, the number one pick is going to shock you. We're talking about a so-called luxury brand that dealers can barely give away because nobody wants to deal with the constant headache. So stick with me until the very end. This isn't just a listicle. Consider this your ultimate financial survival guide to dodging the worst money pits on the market, all disguised as shiny, premium vehicles. Let's get into it. Number 20. Audi A7 Sedan. Kicking off our countdown at number 20 is the Audi A7, a sedan that boasts sleek styling but suffers from a brutal 60.5% depreciation rate, causing it to lose over $43,000 of its value in just 5 years. This means a $70,000 luxury car plummets to a value of less than $30,000, largely because it's a sedan in an SUV-obsessed market. While its advanced electronics are impressive on the showroom floor, they become a major liability off warranty, with owners frequently reporting costly infotainment glitches and electrical issues, problems reflected in its average reliability scores from Consumer Reports. So unless your goal is to trade status for massive financial loss, it's best to steer clear of this money pit. Number 19. Mercedes-Benz S-Class Sedan. And coming in next on our list is the legendary Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Now, this is the absolute flagship of the Mercedes lineup, and it gives you all the bragging rights, for about as long as you own it. Because this thing loses a staggering 60.7% of its value in just 5 years. That's over $71,000, vanishing into thin air. You might feel like $1 million driving it today, but you'll be crying tomorrow when you see the repair bills. Now, don't get me wrong, Kelley Blue Book users absolutely rate it highly for its incredible luxury and comfort. But dig a little deeper, and almost every single owner mentions the painfully expensive repair costs. We're talking a minimum of $1,500 just for basic electrical issues. The 2020 model, in particular, became notorious for complex system failures that left even master technicians scratching their heads and owners stranded waiting for repairs. The truth is, the S-Class is the textbook definition of a depreciating asset. The first owner takes a devastating financial hit the minute they drive it off the lot, and the second owner inherits nothing but mechanical headaches. It's a lose-lose situation that makes this luxury icon essentially worthless on the used market, no matter how premium that badge may seem. Number 18. Land Rover Discovery SUV. And rolling in at number 18 is the Land Rover Discovery. This British SUV might promise adventure, but it delivers a financial nightmare, losing a massive 60.9% of its value in just 5 years. That's nearly $37,000, gone. But honestly, the depreciation is just your entry fee for the real problems. Owners are constantly reporting a never-ending parade of electrical gremlins and suspension issues that will make you and your mechanic best friends. These aren't just little quirks, they're massively expensive fixes, with the average major repair bill soaring past $1,200 per visit, and you'll be visiting a lot. The Discovery looks incredibly impressive sitting in the showroom, but don't be fooled, it's consistently ranked as one of the least reliable vehicles money can buy. And there's a reason it depreciates like a rock dropped in the ocean. Everyone knows the moment this thing hits 60,000 miles, the real trouble begins. Unless you're a glutton for punishment, do yourself a favor and walk away. Number 17. Audi A6 Sedan. Landing at number 17 is another Audi that proves this is a pattern, not a fluke, the Audi A6. This sedan joins our list with an identical 60.9% depreciation rate. That means over $35,000 just evaporates from your bank account in 5 years. The pattern with these German luxury sedans is becoming painfully clear, isn't it? Now, Consumer Reports gives the S6 average reliability ratings, but that feels pretty generous when you read the countless owner complaints about complete infotainment system blackouts and weird electrical quirks. Just like its sibling, the S6 is getting crushed by the declining sedan market. Let's be real, nobody wants a used luxury sedan when there's a potential 4-figure repair bill lurking around every single corner. The S6 is caught in a perfect storm: high maintenance costs, a body style that's falling out of favor, and way better, more reliable alternatives from Japanese brands that actually hold their value. It's the textbook definition of a bad investment on wheels. If you're enjoying this countdown of financial disasters, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button and smash the like right now. You're not going to want to miss what's coming up next, because we've got some serious money pits ahead that will make this Audi look like a solid investment. And trust me, you are not going to believe what number 1 is. Number 16. Cadillac Escalade SUV. Pulling up at number 16 is an American icon of luxury and financial regret, the Cadillac Escalade. This absolute behemoth of an SUV loses a whopping 61% of its value in just 5 years. Let that sink in. That's over $53,000, gone. For that kind of money, you could just go out and buy a brand new sedan. Now, owners will praise the plush interior and all those luxury features, and I get it. But they also consistently report fuel economy so bad it'll make you weep at the pump. We're talking 14 miles per gallon on a good day. And that's just the start. Add in maintenance costs that begin at $1,000 for even the most basic issues, and you've got yourself a full-blown financial sinkhole. So why does its value drop like a rock? A huge reason is that rental fleets and luxury car services buy them in bulk, then dump these high-mileage examples on the used market a few years later. So when you think you're buying a premium used SUV, you're often essentially just buying a used taxi with fancy badging, and you get to pay premium luxury maintenance prices for the privilege. Number 15. Infiniti QX60 SUV. Cruising into the number 15 spot is a luxury crossover that proves a fancy badge isn't enough, the Infiniti QX60. This SUV gets hammered with a 61.5% depreciation rate, wiping out almost $31,000 of your money in half a decade. But honestly, the financial hit from depreciation isn't even the worst part of this disappointing package. Top critics like Edmunds rate it just 7.6 out of 10, calling its performance downright mediocre compared to its rivals. And owners consistently report maintenance costs that shockingly rival German luxury brands, but without any of the prestige or thrilling performance to actually justify those bills. This leaves the QX60 stuck in no man's land. It's not special or luxurious enough to command premium resale prices, and it's definitely not reliable or cheap enough to compete with mainstream brands like Toyota or Honda. At its core, the QX60 is essentially just a dressed-up Nissan Pathfinder. But here's the kicker: it costs thousands more to buy, and yet it retains its value thousands less. It's a mathematical equation that never, ever works in your favor. No matter what you're looking for, there are simply better options in every single direction. Number 14. Audi Q7 SUV. Securing the number 14 spot on our countdown is proof that even SUVs from luxury brands aren't safe, the Audi Q7. This German luxury SUV gets absolutely crushed by depreciation, losing 61.6% of its value in just 5 years. That means over $37,000 just evaporates into thin air while you're driving it. But the financial bleeding doesn't stop at the depreciation. Consumer Reports gives it just average reliability, and that might be optimistic. Owners are constantly reporting major suspension issues that can cost upwards of $2,000 to fix. All that complex, impressive technology that wows you in the showroom becomes its total downfall as it ages. We're talking about touch screens that fail, fancy air suspensions that collapse, and a wallet that gets noticeably lighter with every single trip to the specialist mechanic. the Q7 also faces brutally tough competition. The luxury SUV market is flooded with newer models that constantly offer better, more reliable tech. So yesterday's cutting-edge features instantly become today's outdated, expensive headaches. And those repair bills ensure that nobody wants to touch these things secondhand. It's a recipe for financial disaster. Number 13. BMW 5 Series Sedan. And storming into the number 13 spot is a true icon that's fallen from grace, the BMW 5 Series. This German sports sedan, the car that literally defined the entire category, loses a devastating 61.7% of its value in just 5 years. That's over $36,000, gone forever. Now, owners will tell you the performance is thrilling when it's new. But that's only half the story. The moment that factory warranty expires, you're looking at repair costs that will absolutely make your eyes water. We're talking a $1,500 minimum for simple control modules, over $2,000 for suspension components, and electrical gremlins so confusing they've stumped dealership mechanics for generations. So why does this happen to such a legendary car? The 5 Series is a victim of its own success. Everyone leases them new, then dumps them after 3 years. This floods the used market with identical options that nobody wants to maintain out of warranty. It's a brutal cycle. The first owner pays a premium for the privilege of driving it, and the second owner pays an even steeper premium for the nightmare of keeping it running. In the end, when it comes to your finances, they both lose. Number 12. Audi A8L Sedan. Barreling into the number 12 spot is the king of Audi's depreciation parade, the Audi A8L. That's right, Audi makes yet another appearance on our list, and this time it's their flagship luxury sedan that gets absolutely demolished, losing a jaw-dropping 62.7% of its value in just 5 years. Let me make that real for you, that is nearly $58,000, vanishing into thin air. For that kind of money, you could buy a brand new car and still have a stack of cash left over. Now, critics at Edmunds rate it a 7.9 out of 10. But they heavily note the astronomical maintenance costs that turn ownership into a straight-up financial burden. And the owners? They consistently report catastrophic electronic issues that leave them stranded on the side of the road. And that's before we even discuss the air suspension failures, a repair that is virtually guaranteed after 60,000 miles and costs a small fortune to fix. The brutal truth is the A8L competes in a dying segment. Large luxury sedans have completely fallen out of favor as executives all move to SUVs, leaving these technological marvels with no audience and no resale value. When you need specialized, expensive technicians just to change basic components, you know you're in for a world of financial hurt. Number 11. Range Rover SUV. And crashing into the number 11 spot is perhaps the most iconic symbol of luxury that your wallet will ever regret, the Range Rover. This British behemoth doesn't just depreciate, it self-destructs, losing a catastrophic 62.9% of its value in just 5 years. Let me make that number real for you, that is almost $68,000, gone. You could literally buy a house in some parts of the country for what this SUV loses in value. Now, sure, magazines like Car and Driver will praise its opulent interior and incredible off-road capability, but they can't ignore the reliability nightmares that come standard with every model. Owners are constantly reporting a never-ending cycle of repairs, air suspensions that collapse without warning, electronics that fail randomly, and engine issues that will leave you stranded on the side of the road. When a vehicle has its own dedicated online forums and support groups just for troubleshooting its endless problems, that tells you everything you need to know. The Range Rover's incredibly complex systems make it a ticking financial time bomb. There's a reason why so many owners lease rather than buy. They want the privilege of handing those keys back to the dealer before the real expenses begin. So if having that specific status symbol matters more to you than your financial security, then by all means, go ahead. But for everyone else watching, this famous British luxury statement is one you need to avoid at all costs. Number 10. Cadillac Escalade ESV. Rolling in at number 10 is the bigger, longer, and somehow even worse version of a car we've already seen, the Cadillac Escalade ESV. this stretched-out luxury liner loses a devastating 62.9% of its value in just 5 years. That's nearly $57,000, vanishing from your net worth. And that longer wheelbase? It doesn't help its resale value one bit. Now, Kelley Blue Book might rate it a 7.8 out of 10 for its sheer size and presence, but dig into the owner reviews and you'll see one consistent, glaring nightmare: fuel economy so abysmal it'll make your credit card melt at the pump. We're talking a real-world driving average of 13 miles per gallon. Factor in maintenance costs that start in the 4 figures for even basic issues, and you've got financial disaster written all over it. Just like its shorter sibling, the ESV gets absolutely hammered on resale for one simple reason: fleet services and rental companies buy them in bulk and then dump these high-mileage beasts on the used market. Nothing tanks a luxury vehicle's value faster than the sinking feeling that your premium SUV might have spent its previous life as an airport shuttle or a prom night rental. It's the ultimate paradox, paying a premium price for a used vehicle that everyone knows was treated like a tool, not a treasure. Number 9. Tesla Model X. And shocking us at number 9 is a vehicle that was supposed to be the future, the Tesla Model X. This all-electric SUV loses a staggering 63.4% of its value in just 5 years. That's almost $54,000, gone. So much for electric vehicles being the future of value retention. Now, don't get me wrong, owners absolutely praise its insane acceleration and performance. But that praise comes with a huge, massive asterisk. They consistently report the astronomical, and I mean astronomical, repair costs for those complex Falcon wing doors when they inevitably malfunction. We're talking $30,000 or more just for door repairs. Let that sink in. And that's before we even address the natural battery degradation that slowly reduces its driving range over time. The Model X is a prime victim of rapid technological obsolescence. Newer EVs from every brand are offering better range, dramatically faster charging, and more advanced features, all for a lower price. When your 2020 model's tech feels ancient compared to a base model 2024, that's a recipe for a depreciation disaster. The early adopter tax on this one is brutally steep. You're paying a premium to be a beta tester on wheels. Number 8. Maserati Levante SUV. Pulling into the number 8 spot is a lesson in paying for a badge and getting a burden, the Maserati Levante. This Italian luxury SUV depreciates a truly shocking 63.7% in just 5 years. That's nearly $65,000, gone. Let me put that another way, this SUV loses enough value to just go out and buy a brand new BMW. Publications like Motor Trend will note its undeniably stylish design, but they can't ignore the crippling, astronomical maintenance costs that come with it. Owners consistently report a parade of electrical gremlins that leave them stranded and frustrated. And when your vehicle requires a specialized Italian technician who only works on these twice a week, you're looking at service bills that start at $1,500 for even the most basic problems. The Levante suffers from a huge, fundamental issue: painfully limited brand recognition and an even more limited dealer network. When your car breaks down and the nearest qualified shop is 3 states away, you suddenly understand exactly why these things drop in value like a rock tossed off a cliff. It's an exotic nameplate with exotic repair bills, but without the truly exotic, thrilling driving experience you'd get from a Porsche or even an Alfa Romeo to justify any of it. You get all the financial pain of owning a Ferrari cousin, with none of the prestige or performance. It's the worst of all worlds. Number 7. Nissan Leaf EV. Charging, or rather, discharging, into the number 7 spot is a pioneer that got left behind, the Nissan Leaf. This compact electric car gets sapped with a brutal 64.1% depreciation in just 5 years. Now, that's over $18,000 gone. While that might seem like less money than others on this list, it's absolutely devastating when you consider its already affordable starting price. It's a huge percentage of the car's entire value, just vanished. Kelley Blue Book might give it a 7.5 out of 10, But that rating doesn't erase its biggest flaw, a limited 150-mile range that looks downright pathetic compared to modern EVs that easily get 300, even 400 miles on a charge. But it gets worse. Owners consistently report significant battery degradation that further reduces that already anemic range. Some 2020 models are now limping along with just 120 miles of range, on a good day. The Leaf is the ultimate victim of first-generation EV obsolescence. Trying to sell one today is like trying to sell a first-generation iPhone in a world of smartphones. It's technically functional, but hopelessly, utterly outdated. When your car can't reliably make it between major cities without stopping for hours to charge, the used market responds with a massive price cut. If you're getting any value from this countdown, if this is saving you from a massive financial mistake, you need to hit that subscribe button right now. We're about to dive into the top 6, the cars that lose more value than almost anything else on the road. And number 1 is a brand that completely, utterly gave up. You won't believe it. Number 6. BMW 5 Series Hybrid. Cruising, or should I say, coasting, into the number 6 spot is a car that tried to bridge two worlds and fell into the abyss, the BMW 5 Series Hybrid. This electrified German sedan gets absolutely demolished, losing a massive 64.7% of its value in just 5 years. That's over $47,000, gone for good. It turns out the words German hybrid and value retention do not belong in the same sentence. And the limited number of owner reviews out there tells you everything you need to know. Nobody is buying these. Edmunds points to the complex hybrid system issues that combine the absolute worst of both worlds, traditional German luxury car electrical problems, plus expensive battery and electric motor headaches. When a single repair bill requires a master mechanic who's also an electrical engineer, you're looking at specialist labor rates that will make your financial advisor cry. The 5 Series Hybrid suffers from a brutal double whammy, the declining popularity of sedans and hybrid technology that now feels ancient and compromised next to modern full-electric vehicles. It's a textbook example of a transitional technology that the market has already raced past, and the catastrophic depreciation is just a harsh reflection of that reality. You're paying a premium for yesterday's answer to tomorrow's problem. Number 5. Maserati Ghibli Sedan. Barely clinging to the number 5 spot is a car that proves Italian style comes with a financial death sentence, the Maserati Ghibli. This so-called luxury sedan doesn't just depreciate, it hemorrhages a catastrophic 64.7% of its value in just 5 years. Let's make that number hurt, that's nearly $71,000, vanished. For that kind of money, you could buy a fully loaded pickup truck and have a serious down payment left over for a vacation home. Now, sure, Car and Driver might rate it an 8 out of 10 for its head-turning style, but they quickly acknowledge its painfully niche appeal. And that niche is for people who hate money. Owners consistently report repair costs so astronomically high they make German luxury cars look like budget-friendly bargains by comparison. When a simple oil change starts in the 4 figures and you have to wait weeks for basic parts to arrive by boat from Italy, you finally understand why these cars are pure financial suicide. The Ghibli suffers from a lethal combination of limited brand recognition and notoriously questionable build quality. It's an exotic nameplate that fails to deliver any exotic performance, leaving owners stuck with nothing but exotic repair bills for a compromised and underwhelming driving experience. The market has spoken loud and clear, and it's saying a massive no thanks to this overpriced Italian experiment. Number 4. Infiniti QX80 SUV. Lumbering into the number 4 spot is a giant that falls harder than almost anything else on the road, the Infiniti QX80. This Japanese luxury behemoth loses a staggering 65% of its value in just 5 years. That's over $53,000, completely evaporating. Turns out, when it comes to holding value, size absolutely does not matter. Motor Trend openly criticizes its outdated, last-decade design and its abysmal, wallet-draining fuel economy. We're talking a combined 14 miles per gallon if you're lucky. And owners consistently complain about the ancient, clunky technology that felt a full generation behind its competitors even when it was brand new. The QX80 is a triple threat of bad value. It's oversized, overstylized, and wildly overpriced from the very first day you drive it off the lot. It's caught in a no-man's land between mainstream and luxury without excelling at either. When your luxury SUV has the interior tech of a 5-year-old Nissan, but the repair costs and premium gas appetite of a true luxury brand, the market responds with absolutely brutal, unforgiving depreciation. You're paying a premium price for a package that offers none of the premium perks. It's a recipe for financial disaster. Number 3. Tesla Model S. And shocking its way into our top 3 is the car that was supposed to change everything, the Tesla Model S. This American electric pioneer loses a devastating 65.2% of its value in just 5 years. That's over $52,000, gone. So much for electric vehicles being future-proof investments. Now, Kelley Blue Book praises its blistering acceleration and performance, but they can't ignore the elephant in the room, the frightening battery replacement costs that can exceed $20,000 when the inevitable degradation hits. And owners consistently report persistent infotainment glitches and build quality issues, like misaligned panels and faulty door handles, that would be completely unacceptable in a car costing half as much. The Model S is the ultimate victim of its own industry's lightning-fast progress. When your 2020 model with 348 miles of range is utterly outperformed by 2025 models offering 400-plus miles, faster charging, and more advanced tech, all for a cheaper price, the used market responds with a massive value nosedive. The early adopters essentially paid the price for Tesla's research and development, and the catastrophic depreciation is the proof. You're not just buying a used car, you're inheriting outdated tech and a looming battery time bomb. Number 2. BMW 7 Series Sedan. And claiming the spot as our runner-up for the most worthless car in America is the ultimate flagship of German engineering and financial regret, the BMW 7 Series Sedan. This pinnacle of luxury loses a devastating 67.1% of its value in just 5 years. Let that sink in. That's over $65,000, gone forever. That's enough depreciation alone to go out and buy a well-equipped Mercedes C-Class, with cash left over. Now, Edmunds might rate it 7.8 out of 10 for its undeniable luxury and comfort, but they can't ignore the crippling, soul-crushing maintenance costs that come with it. Owners report endlessly complex electronics issues, glitchy iDrive systems, failing sensors, temperamental air suspension, that leave even master mechanics puzzled and your wallet completely empty. When your car has more onboard computers than a small office building, you better believe the repair bills reflect that insane complexity. The 7 Series is the perfect example of everything wrong with the modern luxury sedan market: astronomical new prices, overly complicated technology that ages horribly, and maintenance costs that outright bankrupt second owners. It's a lose-lose scenario. The first owner takes the massive depreciation hit, and the second owner inherits nothing but the repair bills. Nobody wins. If you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell right now, because we are about to reveal the number 1 most worthless car in America. A vehicle so bad, with depreciation so brutal, that the market has essentially rejected it entirely. You do not want to miss this. Number 1. Jaguar I-Pace. And finally, we have reached the end of the road. The number 1 most worthless car you can buy in America, the king of catastrophic depreciation, is the Jaguar I-Pace. This British electric SUV loses an unbelievable, industry-topping 72% of its value in just 5 years. Let me make that real for you, that's nearly $52,000, gone. A $72,000 luxury vehicle becomes a $20,000 used car problem in the blink of an eye. What car? Notes its poor reliability, with multiple recalls for critical systems like brakes and high-voltage electrical components. Owners report a constant stream of electrical gremlins and repair costs so high they would make even a German luxury car owner blush. When your British luxury EV needs service, you're facing the perfect storm: specialized EV repair costs, a painfully limited dealer network, and Jaguar's already questionable reliability reputation. Its 234-mile range looks pitiful and outdated compared to newer EVs offering 300, even 400 miles. The I-Pace is a failed experiment. It's an early, ambitious swing at a luxury EV that the market has decisively, ruthlessly rejected through the most brutal depreciation on the market. Jaguar bet big on the I-Pace as its future, but buyers have spoken with their wallets. It is the automotive equivalent of lighting a giant pile of cash on fire. 72% of your investment, gone, with nothing but expensive, guaranteed repairs waiting for you on whatever value remains. Now that you know which luxury cars to avoid like a financial plague, you're probably wondering, what vehicles actually deserve your hard-earned money? If you're thinking trucks might be the answer, you need to watch my video next, Most Hated versus Most Loved Trucks of All Time. I break down which trucks maintain their value for decades, becoming modern classics, and which ones become worthless the moment you drive off the lot. Some of these beloved trucks actually appreciate in value, something completely unheard of for the luxury disasters we just covered. Click the video on screen right now to find out which trucks are actually worth your investment and which ones will leave you stranded on the side of the road. Your wallet will thank you. Thanks for watching.